So we're going to continue just a little bit about the things that we are told to put on in Scripture. And in previous videos, part 1 and part 2, this is part 3. So part 1 and part 2, I have talked a little bit about putting on the armor of God, but these particular videos are focused right now on Colossians 3:12, which says, "Therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, put on tender mercies, kindness, humility, meekness, long-suffering. But above all these things, put on love, which is the bond of perfection." And so in part 2, I talked about tender mercies and what that meant. So part 3, we're going to talk a little bit about kindness. That's a word, you see a lot of that lately with be kind, initiatives and shirts and books about being kind to others. And so let's take a look at what it means to put on kindness. Colossians was originally written in Greek. And so our Greek word for this, which was then translated into our word kindness, is Christotes. And basically kindness, I know, we tell people don't define words with the same word, but we're defining the Greek word Christotes. So Christotes means kindness, goodness, gentleness, uprightness. It is derived from Christos, which means useful or good. And biblically, it reflects a covenantal loyalty and kindness. So for me, when you're in covenant, you're in agreement and relationship. And so I think that adds a level to the way we potentially think about kindness these days. So there's a covenantal loyalty and kindness involved with this. In the New Testament, what I've learned is it often was used to describe the character of God. So this is a description of God, and we are told to put on what God has. Okay, so the armor of God is what we get to put on, but then the tender mercies that we get to put on, that is a descriptor of God. So we are to put on these same characteristics, these same words that are defining God's character. We should be going out and having those same things on as we go about our everyday lives. But continuing on, it's not just a descriptor of the character of God, but it's also a descriptor of the expected behavior of believers. So they kind of go hand in hand right there. It's a general disposition, and sometimes it's referred to as kindness shown by God. But I take it overall, that character piece. And so just the kindness, goodness, uprightness. My son and I talked a couple of days ago. We went out to dinner and we were talking a little bit about some of this, and talked about the difference between kind and nice. And I learned that not everybody views them on the same spectrum that I do. So for me, I think I put a kindness higher up and nice as being just general and lower down, or however you want to describe it. He's the exact opposite. He feels like kindness is just part of what you should be naturally, that just comes, that's just there. And nice you have to work for. And I think I've always looked at it the opposite. So it's good to have those discussions between, words, because what one person takes in one depth, another person doesn't take it as deep. They think that's the lower end, or whatever, however you want to say it. So have conversations, show kindness. So what does showing kindness look like? I would love to hear your thoughts on what showing kindness looks like. And I'm not just talking about our everyday kindness that we're promoting right now. I'm talking about what is the character of God kindness, and how are we as believers supposed to be showing that to others. So instead of me defining everything for you, I just did the research for the Greek and some definitions, and I would love to hear your thoughts this time. Have a great day.